It's Talk Show Tuesday time, so we've got another episode of Smarter Than AI coming at you guys. Whole bunch of news, but also the obvious giant elephant staring us in the room, Elden Ring. Yes, we are most definitely going to be talking about Elden Ring. Some good, some bad, some ugly. Well, probably not a lot of ugly. Definitely some good. Oh, whole hell lot of good. A little bit bad, but yeah. Talk show, shock. Yeah, I know. Shin, yep. Savage, how are you doing? Blue, how are you guys doing? Hope things are going well for you today. Savage, cool. Granix, yep. As far as everything going on, yeah, I mean, usual. Lots of stuff going on, so it's just getting through everything, to be honest. Part of the reason why I say this is because I've been thinking, especially with my husband now being retired, do I want to continue streaming 6 days a week? Maybe not. I don't know. Because before it was a thing of generally after teaching the kids, he was just wiped. So now that he has more energy, it's kind of like, okay, maybe rethink streaming as much as I do. It's all just finding a nice balance of everything. Elden's pretty cool, but your laptop is having some performance dips. Yeah, we'll be talking about Elden Ring, because I've got some things I want to say about it as well. But, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Fortunately, they have addressed some of that, or at least identified some of the issues. Whether they've addressed them yet or not, I don't know. We'll find out. I know he has let his dog out, so he may not have that. I think he just got his dog back in. Yep, there's his dog. There's his puppers. But let's see here. Oh, by the way, I think entity added late into the code may be an issue. I don't know. I haven't looked that much into it. Totally forgot. Oh yeah. By the way, tomorrow, tomorrow will probably be more Dying Light, so there's that. Also, there may be a new soundbite coming, so yay, awesome. But in the meantime, let's dive on into things and, well, get going.
But I was literally just sitting here in chat, and one of my buddies shows up, and the only thing I could talk about is I found a new stream that plays music.
Okay.
And it was like so familiar. It was like right on the it's literally just old school video game music. It was like right on the tip of my tongue. It's fucking Batman, the Sunsoft game.
Oh, good
on the
lord.
NES. Killer fucking soundtrack.
Yeah.
Killer fucking soundtrack. Great game, frankly.
Yes.
Hard as nails,
oh,
but
God, yeah.
So anyways, hi.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Hi. Good. Now that I'm not perplexed, because I was like, literally, this is the last thing I say about it. I was like, I could cheat and just go look at the actual stream. And at the last second, right as the last note was going out, I clicked over and it was Batman. I was like, oh, okay. That would have been like a soul poop situation. You ever have one of those things where like you're trying to think of it, and then like 3 days later, you're like, oh, that's where I know her from, like an actress or something,
Yep.
And then you're like, oh god. All right. Anyways. So how are you?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good. Stressed with fun stuff at work, but hey, I mean, it wouldn't be work if it wasn't completely stress free, right? So,
Yeah. I mean, that's, part of the reason they pay people to do things.
true. Um,
Um, so we talked a little bit about this beforehand. Um, we definitely want to talk about Elden Ring
mhm.
today.
Yep.
We will do a spoiler-free edition.
I'm kind of like, because I
Okay.
mean,
Um,
I think I can actually play the game at the moment. I just can't stream it because
is
streaming
this too
involves
intensive?
having like OBS and other things active all at the same time.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. Well, we'll try to be spoiler-free when we talk about it. How
yeah,
about that? Because I don't want to ruin anybody's experience. I think that that's part of the fun that I've been having with Elden Ring. I've
yeah.
showed up. I showed up at your stream. I've showed up at Jake's stream. I've showed up at a couple of random streams, and it's been kind of fun. Because they're in some place I've never seen, and I'm like, where the hell are you? Kind of a thing. So it's not ruining my experience, and I only hang out for like 10 minutes or so. Just to see what everybody's got equipment wise and shit
Mhm.
like that. So let's try to keep it spoiler free, but we'll do that at the end of the show. Let's
Okay.
do news first, and
Sounds
then
like a good
we'll.
idea.
You want to go first or second?
Sure, I can kick it off.
Go for it.
Let's you know what? Let's start off with a really good thing.
Sure.
Tokyo Game Show. It's going to be in person this year,
I saw that.
and this is the first time in 3 years it's in person, which is great.
Mhm.
I hope that there's people are adhering to some form of like, okay, hey, I'm kind of feeling like I have a little tickle in my throat. Maybe I should wear extra masks or something. I don't know. But the
Yeah, I didn't see if there was a mask mandate.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I would
Um,
assume.
yeah, I would kind of hope so, but
Me too.
that's besides the point. The theme that they're going with though is nothing stops gaming.
Except for your
So
mom showing up at your door.
yeah, yeah. All of a sudden, the place is flooded by moms showing up, and it's like, okay, show's over. Sorry, we lied. Something stops gaming. Your mom, and not as like the general insult, but like, yeah, your mom just sits there, is like, no more
Your mom
games.
totally shut down. Your mom totally shut down Tokyo Game Show. Oh man.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm excited about that. That's a pretty big show. It's not Gamescom or I mean what back in the day.
yeah,
What the hell is the one on the West Coast? Why am I
E3.
blanking? E3, thank you.
Yeah.
Um but it's still, I mean,
Oh hell
that
yeah.
would be the three that I would think of
Mm-hmm.
off the top of my head.
Oh yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yep.
Oh, is it me?
Yes.
Oh shit.
It
A
wasn't
Karen,
a long one.
a
It was
Karen
just a
please
hey,
focus.
really good one,
Yeah.
really good positive one.
Yep. Yep. And it is just nice
Actually,
to have
see
positive
things
stuff.
kind of going back to in
You know
person.
what?
Hmm.
We can talk about more in-person good news.
Ooh.
Um, so this was a little weird. Last week, um, Ubisoft announced that their next, their yearly tournament,
Hmm.
the Rainbow Six Major, was going to be in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Uh, People weren't happy.
Yeah.
So mm, basically, the people from the Middle East, Saudi Arabia in particular, ended up buying Face It, and that's like the big streaming service
Hmm.
for both Counter Strike and a lot of the first person shooters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so due to this, um, fans were not happy. I don't know if you know much about Abu Dhabi's politics, not exactly big fans of homosexuality.
Mm.
And, dude, Rainbow's actually got a pretty good community.
Hmm.
And the fact of the matter is, most of these people are like really inclusive and like, dude, we welcome anybody. We're just like, you want to play this shitty game with us, dude? We don't care what you do or who you want. Let's just play.
Yeah.
So the community was a little outraged. As a matter of fact, a couple of the casters are gay.
Mm.
And one of them was like, dude, so what? You're gonna fly me to a country where my sexuality is literally a crime?
Yeesh.
So here's the good news though. Um, that happened on Friday. Fan outrage over the weekend, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh, Monday, they came back and they were like, you know what? We have totally listened and we are sorry we even suggested it. We should have I mean,
You should have done the damn research.
you should have thought that was gonna be the case, dude.
Yeah.
Like, um, so on Monday they came out and they said, fuck it, we're not going to Abu Dhabi. We're going to have it take place in another region. They have no plans as to where it's going to be or whatever yet. But I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That turnaround that quick, and dude, I am sure that the ball was already in motion. So uh, they probably put some amount of money into looking for places or scouting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice of them to just be like, fuck it, that we'll just call that money a wash, and we'll listen to the community.
Yeah. And again, just listening to the community, one, they shouldn't have had to be in the position that they were in about having to deal with the backlash that they were given if they had just done their damn research. And it's not like it will have taken that long to do the research either. I mean,
No,
especially with Google, it's like, oh, hey, well, we're thinking of having the tournament in this country. Okay, fine. Google, what's going on in that country currently? Oh, the politics are extremism and very hateful. Yeah, let's cross that one off the list.
yeah, and I'm sure that some of it did have to do with that Face It deal. That Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia wanted, because this was the other thing, like, that I feel kind of bad about. There is a scene in like the Middle East for Rainbow Six Siege,
Hmm.
and one of the guys who's a content creator for R6, lives in the Middle East, and he was like, "This just sucks for us because we're kind of getting all lumped in, and we're not getting any exposure because of our government's policies." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, yeah, that does suck, man. But I don't know. Like, sorry. Like, buy a plane ticket, move. Like, and I know that's really callous and shitty to say,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it just that the whole thing just was. If they hadn't mentioned it, you're right. The research would have stopped all of this problem. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, put it in fucking France or Bulgaria. Who gives a shit? Like, like,
Yep.
um, but anyways,
Yep. Oh well. Um. So, Celeste, the mountain climbing game.
yes. What did you like? Pick every fucking article that I picked this week?
Damn. Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. Go for it.
Okay. Critically acclaimed mountain climbing game. Well, not really. Well, yeah, mountain climbing. Um, came out in 2018, I believe it was, and won the best indie game of the year at the Game Awards that year. They have been missing their trophy for 4 years, and it just popped up on eBay. And when a streamer by the name, crap,
Prestige is key.
yeah, that's it. Um, when Prestige's Key saw it, he was thinking, "Oh, this is just like some copy of it, some replica." It's okay, fine, cool, because he was looking for something gamery and cool looking for background swag. Yeah, exactly. um, but it turns out that no, this wasn't just a replica. This was the actual one that was missing. So he got in contact with the developers and said, I found your missing Game Awards trophy. Do you want it back?"
Yeah, Extremely Okay Games is the name of the indie company.
Yeah.
And so Prestige did kind of a good guy Greg thing. So when he got it, he picked it up and he was like, "Damn, this thing's heavy." Like, an award should be, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that I would know. But on the bottom of it, it literally had the engraving for Indie Game of the Year and Extremely Okay Games. And he was like, "Oh, shit. Okay, so this is real." So he hit up the guy who he got it from on eBay, which by the way was $500, and he thought that was like a replica, and he was gonna pay $500 for it. Holy shit! Must be nice, fucking Prestige.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like, okay. Anyways, um, so he hits up the dealer, the seller, and he was like, "So where did this come from?" And the seller didn't really know, because he didn't really normally, I guess, deal with video game stuff. He was just like a normal seller.
Okay.
And he said that it came from liquidation sources, which means it went to a box, like, because he was actually given the award, the creative designer, at the Game Awards. Ninja actually presented it to him.
Yep.
So, but as soon as he walked off the stage, a fucking PA took it from him. And they just never fucking sent it to him. They said, "We'll send this to you, don't worry about it." And then they just never sent it to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then you got an award that you won, some PA who just didn't do their fucking job or didn't care, because it's the fucking AAA industry. Like, what do they give it? Especially, like, isn't it almost more ironic that it was an indie company that didn't get theirs? I'm sure fucking EA walked out with every goddamn one.
Oh, yeah.
And probably a bowl of dip, and they called it fucking DLC. But this is DLC for us showing up, yoink. So that means it got packed away somewhere, right? The set shuts down, and then through God only knows what means, it goes into a liquidation sale. Like, what did they sell the building, and they just threw everything into a box and went, fucking whatever. I mean, $8. It's all good.
Yeah, it had to be.
The nice thing was, other than the fact that Prestige gave Extremely Okay Games back the award, they hit him up and they said, "We'll give you the money back." So they refunded him the $500, and they sent him a postage with a copy of Celeste signed by everybody on the team.
Ooh, nice. Very cool.
Just cute. It's cool,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
because it's like if you found somebody's wallet, you wouldn't want to be a dick and be like, yoink. Like, you'd probably do something to return it to them,
Oh,
even
yeah.
a cursory Google search.
Yeah. So it was definitely a nice thing for the developers, that's for certain.
Yeah, and it was, yeah, exactly. And they are a small team, and Celeste is a good title,
Oh, yeah. And huge as far as the amount of add-ons and mods and just the community base around it too.
Yeah. And I like the mental health theme of the game. About a person struggling with, emotions. So it's like not only are you climbing a mountain, but it's like, thematically it's like samesies. Um, yeah, it's really cool. So good stuff. That's another one. Wow, what is this? 3 in a row? Good stuff. What the hell's going on here?
Who knows?
Um, so is it me?
Yes.
Okay. And here we go into a bummer drummer fucking bullshit.
Oh.
You didn't miss much, Jake. We're gonna save Elden Ring talk until the end of the show. We're gonna do like the last 45 minutes, hour,
Yeah.
talking
Something like
about
that.
Elden Ring. But we're gonna do news first. So Nintendo comes out and waffle stomps everybody's fucking dick by announcing that Evo 2022, the biggest fighting game competition in the entire world, is not allowed to have any tournaments with Smash Brothers.
Why do people like Nintendo again? I forget.
Right? Literally, like I've never seen a company actively hate its player base as much as Nintendo.
Yeah.
So um that blows all the ass. The thing that's interesting, I was watching a video, a stream of Max Million dude. Um, he posed some interesting questions. One, he posed that now that since last year, Sony bought Evo. We actually reported on it.
We did.
Yep. So now that Sony owns Evo, maybe that was like, you can't have our toys kind of a thing.
Yeah.
You can't, because you have to understand, like as a tournament like that, the tournament organizers do make money off of it, through ad revenue, through probably not even so much the entries, but like there's a bunch of different ways. And maybe that was part of it. It's just, man, it sucks so bad because like this is something I hadn't really thought of before, but the Smash community is fucking huge, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
bigger than every other fighting game community by a long shot. And when we started allowing them, this sounds very we versus them, but it's not. I also play Smash Brothers, but I also play every fighting game. But when Smash Brothers tournaments and regular tournaments started overlapping and becoming one thing, like CEO holds Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, once the Smash Brothers fans kind of got in on that, it like doubled our size and our eyes, like watching the events online. So this is not great. Like, it might cause a rift between the two because some Smash Brothers players, like a very small percentage, might end up playing other fighting games. Other fighting game kids, myself included, have played a bunch of Smash, but that crossover isn't very high. So if you were going to watch Evo for Smash Brothers Ultimate and now it's not there, all of those viewers are gone.
Yeah. It, like you mentioned, it definitely is sounding quite possibly like Sony has Evo, like you mentioned, and Nintendo doesn't want to say, okay, here's our toys, you can play with them, kind of thing. I think it's my toy, gimme mine. And
frankly, I think that would be okay if they were holding their own fucking majors.
Yeah.
If they wanted to throw a yearly, like, that would be fine. But they like take this attitude of it's not a competitive game. We don't care what our fans want. That's just the end all be all of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's even shittier.
Oh,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially
like,
when you make a competitive game like that.
When you squeeze it through a mold. Like when you force it to be a competitive game, you eliminate all the items and 90% of the maps sometimes some of the characters, then it's a competitive fighting game. But regardless, it just sucks, dude. Like, cause like Evo has like 3 streaming channels too,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So by Nintendo doing this, they might have to go down to 2. I don't think you'd have the content to cover fucking 3 full, like, you know?
Yeah.
Um, just shitty. I fucking the policies at Nintendo can suck a fucking dick. Like, I don't understand why they like hate their fans as much as they do. Like, maybe Konami is as bad. Maybe. Did you see that newest Contra game? That thing was fucking terrible. How the fuck do you fuck up Contra? Like, you put a dude on screen, you make him go this way, and you make bullets come out of him. What the fuck?
Apparently, they found a way to. That's all I can say.
Top-down shooter, twin stick. And I like twin sticks too, and it's still bad. Ugh, anyways,
The better question would be is how do you fuck up a twin stick?
Right. Also, you know how you do it? Your gun overheating. Let's start there. Why? That's all you do is you basically hold one direction this way and one direction this way. All right, we're getting off topic, but I'm just saying that game fucking can kiss my ass. Like that game is a fucking shitter. Like,
see, it's times like this where it's like, you know what? One of these days we just need to take a day, take an episode of the talk show here, and talk about these questions that we come up with. And it's like, I want to go into this, but not right now.
Yeah. I like, frankly, like, me and Paul have been talking about this for like a couple of weeks now. That he wants to get back in on this, but he's on the West Coast, so the time difference is hard. And I was thinking, well, we could do a different show, more like the podcast, where we just come up with topics and then we just riff on them for 2 hours or whatever. So we might still do that.
Okay.
Because that'd be kind of fun. Because seriously, you're right. And every time I start thinking about just whatever random thing is like, you know, grinding my gears, like I'm always like, I don't talk about this for 9 hours. Like, I can't help it, man. I'm fucking passionate about this shit. I love this shit. This is like
that's perfectly fine. Everyone's got to be passionate about something. We're passionate about games.
So. Yep.
So.
I believe I am good there, except for this last one. Fuck you, Nintendo. That is some bullshit.
Okay.
Now I'm good.
Alrighty. One thing I want to quick talk about, which I hope is not on your list. By any chance, do you have anything on your list from Artesian Builds? Oh, good. In that case, I'm not taking one of your stories. Nope. Artesian Builds, it's a computer building company. I Buy Power. It's one of those kind of companies. Well, apparently every month they do a giveaway on stream while they're building a computer. They're effectively, I guess it's building the computer that they're going to be giving away to content creators, which, okay, cool.
Sure.
Here's the shit thing that just happened like 2 days ago. They're building the computer. They load up all the people that they've got for content creators into their raffle. They pull a winner. So on stream, there's the guy building the computer and the CEO of the company. Not like Joe Schmo, not like customer service manager, CEO, the head honcho. They pull up the metrics on the person that won. Well, the person streams about maybe once every other day, once every 3 days kind of thing. So they don't stream quite a lot, which is not good. Also, the number of followers that they're gaining per day or per stream isn't really going up at all. It's pretty much flat. And it's like, no, we're not going to give it to you. Even though I pulled your name, we're not going to give you the PC because you don't meet our minimum requirements, apparently, for me to only give PCs out to people who have lots of clout and fame that will get our name out there. And it's like, why the fuck is the CEO being an absolute dick when his whole business is building computers for people And you're doing this literally live on stream.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
sorry, I'm typing.
No, that's
Um
fine. That's fine.
uh yeah, that's real dickhead shit, but like almost more than that, isn't it fucking worse? Like, why even put this asshole's fucking name in like the goddamn hat? Like, if you don't think like that this like, and okay, yeah,
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You and I can
so
guarantee are both very salty about this already.
I am kind of salty about this, but for two reasons, two very distinctly different reasons. One, that's bullshit. That dude's name shouldn't have been the hat. There should have been some vetting process where they would have gone, okay, this guy doesn't stream very much, whatever. Maybe he doesn't have that many followers or whatever. But okay, fine. Just don't put his name in the fucking hat then. And my other fucking reason I'm heated about this, that's bullshit to do it live on stream and be like, fuck you. I would have been like, if I was that CEO, I would have given the guy his PC and then talked to the person who puts the names in the hat and been like, hey, dipshit, don't fucking do this again. Now, again, yeah, there's like a level, right? Like, so I stream, you know, like, I don't know, let's call it 4 times a week minimum. Does that preclude me or like, because you don't want to give it to somebody like fucking Ninja or Shroud who clearly don't fucking need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want, well, frankly, what you do want is someone who's small.
Mm-hmm.
And then to be like, because like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's infuriating.
Oh,
That's infuriating.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a thing of they went through just the metrics on like on Twitch. They went through metrics like, oh, okay, total number of followers on Twitch, on various social medias, because he even made a comment how, okay, being generous on estimates, they don't even have a total of 5,000 followers across social medias and Twitch. And it's like, if you're looking for
5,000
someone,
is the number?
That's what he was being generous with on his estimate. But it's like, if you want someone like fucking, I don't know,
mid-range, that one Brit.
Yeah.
Get flanked. Narcoleptic Nugget.
Yeah.
You know, if you want somebody, that's already an established name. Who are you helping there?
Yeah, exactly. And I just don't understand why they're thinking that they need the biggest names to sell the computers. And it's like, as someone who was looking at computers, that was one of the places that actually popped in my head because, not to look ill on Lobos Jr., who is big into Dark Souls, but he is a partner with them. So I was like, okay, we'll look at their computer selection, and one of the things was a build your own computer. And it's like, okay, fine, yeah, every site has that, or at least should. So it's like, okay, here's the base model. What if I do various add-ons and like that from there? RAM, a hard drive, upgrading to a RTX 3050.
Okay.
So not even like top of the line kind of a thing.
Yeah, mid-tier.
And more RAM. 4 things through it. Oh no, making it a 12th gen CPU, i7. That just 5 things threw it well above 3,500, starting at 1,000, which is where I started.
Yeah.
Thing is though, their base level GTX 1650. So a card that came out a year after mine did.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I feel like that what they're doing, right, by giving away a free PC, is they're trying to buy goodwill. Yeah. It's marketing.
Yeah.
Right. But that just left a shitty taste in my mouth. I certainly will not use them.
Oh yeah,
like,
same here.
That's bullshit. Like, you know, like I am a small streamer. I'm happy I have 5 fucking people here. Yeah, like, you know, that like, and like, God damn, dude. Yeah, that's bullshit, man. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck them, fuck that company, and fuck that CEO too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
definitely.
like you can't afford like if you are a producer of computers, um, dude, your markup is huge.
Mhm.
Like your markup is huge. You can afford to throw away a couple of fucking, whatever, 5 grand PCs.
Yep.
Like you probably don't care. That just looks like shit. Fuck them.
Hmm. Exactly.
Fuck them. Well, that goes in the category of shitty companies that I will not be giving money to. Blah, right in there.
Yep.
Hey, you want to talk about somebody who's cool, who's doing cool things?
Sure, sure.
I don't know. Do you know anything about Counter Strike, Pro Counter Strike esport? I'll just
Mm,
shorthand it. We'll just move right past that.
yeah.
We'll just glaze past that. So, number one in the name, number one in the game, simple. He is the fucking goat of Counter Strike, CS:GO in particular. He promised that he would give all of his money from the most recent tournament that they just had in Katowice.
Yes.
And they didn't end up winning, but they ended up came up with third place.
Mhm.
And dude, really? Is there like a fucking there was a fucking ad on this. It was like literally like a hey, support our disco or support our Patreon. Put that in the fucking like bottom. Don't put that up like an audio thing. Like I'm listening to fucking like
Mm,
ad for free Spotify. Anyways, sorry.
mm.
Um so they ended up not as Svencir, the team Navi that he plays for, ended up coming in third. He gave all of his proceeds to the Ukrainian army.
Yep. Yep. I saw that.
$33,000.
Yeah.
He gave $33,000. He is Ukrainian, so I completely understand why he would do that.
Oh yeah.
And he is the goat, so I'm sure he's sitting
Yep.
pretty for money. But that is really cool of him.
Mhm.
And we don't really do politics here, but kind of fuck you, Russia.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see. And I saw several articles of several other Ukrainian software development companies, a lot of video game companies, even EA has
Yep.
one in the Ukraine.
Hmm.
Uh, so it's cool to see everyone kind of coming together and being like, "Fuck you, Putin!" Like, eat dicks.
Oh yeah.
Really wish he'd stop fucking being a dick.
That's not happening, unfortunately. But
No,
yeah.
it's not. But it is cool to see the gaming community in general. As a matter of fact, I saw another article where a bunch of board game people and companies have been rallying to support. So
Very cool. Very
nice to
cool.
see that our communities are
Yeah.
trying to do something.
Yeah. Because I've got two pieces. One being that there are many studios, CD Project Red. What was it? 11-bit Studio. They did Frostpunk.
Yep,
So
good game.
there's tons of studios out there that are actually sending money and resources to humanitarian aids
Yeah.
for what's going on currently. Battlefield 2042, they pulled a skin that was in the marketplace. Um,
Yeah, I saw that
so
on a chopper, right?
yep, it was a Russian helicopter, and it's really good to see that as a whole, the gaming industry and community, when the shit hits the fan, we're more than willing to point it out and not just sit there and say, hey, shit's going down here, but actually also take action and help
Right.
out and try and get things hopefully corrected and like that. So,
I saw this. I felt kind of bad for. There was a small indie studio. I can't remember what the name was. Um, they were gonna drop a game. I think next month on Steam.
mm,
That the base concept of you were a Russian cosmonaut who got sucked into another dimension, and it was like a platformer basically. They've decided not to release it now.
yeah,
Um, just because of what's going on. And that's fucked up, like, that this small indie company is gonna have to suffer because of this too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like they had any fucking decision like in what Russia wants to do. But
Yeah. No, continue first.
like my point is like it's cool that like the gaming industry is being sensitive and trying to help in a shitty situation globally. That again, dude, as a as an individual person, even as a major company, dude, we can't do anything about world events. You know, like there's nothing we can do, like personally.
Yeah.
Um, and that feeling of like helplessness sucks,
Oh yeah.
frankly.
Yeah.
Um, you know, so it's nice to see that our community, our like little thing, our little side of the universe
Hmm.
is trying to be cool.
Yep.
And good for you, Simple. Like, stand up for what you believe in. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Did you see that old lady who told that Russian dude she gave him sunflower seeds?
No, I missed
Did you
that.
see that? She walked up to an armed Russian soldier, and she gave him sunflower seeds. And she said, I will like it when these sunflower seeds grow from your corpse on our land. What a boss! Holy shit! Like, the
Wow.
Russian military doesn't fuck around, lady. And she's like, yeah, I can't wait till you die on my land, and then I fucking grow some sunflower seeds out of your ass. Holy
Hmm.
shit. What a champ. Like, that is an absolute ultra badass move.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't fuck with that old granny. She will
Mhm.
fuck you up.
Yeah, Ukraine is really taking this really in stride. It's pretty impressive, frankly.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, moving on.
Uh. Okay. Apparently there was sometime I believe last week, the Dice Awards. Is
Mhm.
a video game award show supposedly equivalent to the Oscars for the video game industry, but realistically, I would say no. That's more like the video game awards with
Yeah,
the
VGAs,
yeah.
and
Um.
even and actually that is pretty appropriate because the VGAs are also. Oh, let's all kiss our own asses because we did our fucking job.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
just give more praise to AAA titles. It's like, yeah, you had $500 million to fucking make a game. It was good. What would he fucking do?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Like,
Yeah.
all right, sorry.
Uh. But this is going to be the perfect segue for you, by the way, Alex. Um, basically, they have award hosts and or they have hosts during the award shows and like that. And apparently, right off the bat, Greg Miller, who is one of the hosts, sits there and says how it's great that the gaming industry and communities can come together and um, point out things that are wrong. But being that it's a globally broadcast event going on, he can only get away with saying F Bobby Kotick. Just kidding. Fuck Bobby Kotick. Literally, live on air. Fuck Bobby Kotick is what he says. And it's
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
fuck Bobby Kotick, though,
fuck
right?
Bobby Kotick.
like
He deserves
it's
it.
funny that, yeah, exactly. Like, I love how we've come around. Like, everyone is finally like starting to see. Like, dude, we've been talking about this here on this show for 9 months at this point. Like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck you, Bobby Kotick. It's nice to be like, okay, people are finally coming around and starting to see where we were coming from when we were talking about all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that live on air, man,
Mhm.
ballsy, dude.
Yep.
Love to see it. Fuck
Yep.
him. Like, who gives a shit? Yeah, that's great.
So good to
Yeah, I
see.
can't
Good to
remember.
see that one happening.
Yes, yeah. And you know what the problem is though? At the end of the day, because this is actually deliciously gonna roll into my next story. It's not like I can't imagine Bobby Kotick's like, oh, everybody hates me. He fucking falls asleep on a bed made of money
Oh, yeah.
with like a fucking golden parachute like tucking him in.
Mhm.
So I'm sure he doesn't give a shit. He's probably like, fuck all these haters. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Which is a little unfortunate because I would like that guy to know that like we literally actually hate you. You suck, man. Like you're part of the toxic bullshit that
Mhm.
like is the problem in these industries. But yeah. So, anyways, that does roll delightfully into my next story.
Yes. See, we set them up and we knock them down for each other.
Yeah, we're really good at transitioning. That is something we are good at. All right, so Activision Blizzard. Yay! Let's have this conversation for the millionth time. Is being sued by two of their very own shareholders this time. Their very own shareholders. So people who own stock in Activision Blizzard are now actively suing Activision Blizzard. Like, nobody sees the absurdity of what the fuck is going on here. So basically, they have filed what?
Blue, money doesn't save anyone, dumb humans.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's true.
It's true. Can't take it with you, assholes. So they have filed a lawsuit about basically inadequate disclosures in its recent filings with the SEC. Mainly regarding the fact that they were going to be purchased by Microsoft. So Bobby Kotick had knowledge, obviously way ahead of everyone else, that Microsoft was looking at them, that they were looking to acquire them, and that by not giving that information to the SEC, who, by the way, is still doing an open investigation into them, that basically they like hid the truth and they knew. So really, here's the thing: the one major guy, there was two of the shareholders. One of the two had been known to basically file lawsuits against other companies, and it kind of seemed like some of them were a little frivolous. So the story kind of like discounted her a little bit, which I understand. But the one who 100% is just some normal schlub who is a shareholder, Kyle Watson, he filed the lawsuit on the 24th, calling Activision's recent several hundred-page proxy statement to the SEC and basically going, look, you didn't tell the government this either. You basically knew Microsoft was going to buy, and so you did everything to help everyone around you, being the board members, which I can't wait to tell you some of these fucking numbers, where you guys were going to be secured, and you were going to make out like fucking bandits, but the rest of us didn't know. So yeah, that's like mad illegal. So Kotick reportedly is to receive $22 million after 6 months. Once Microsoft takes over, 6 months, he's going to make $22 million. Great. Chief Financial Officer, pocket change, yeah. Chief Financial Officer Armin Zaria, which I love his name because it reminds me of that Simpsons, Armin Tamzarian. Anyways, is looking to make $25.3 million. The Chief Operating Officer, Daniel Aligre, is set to make $29.1 million. Chief Administrative Officer Brian Blutato, $11.3 million. Chief Legal Officer Grant Dixon, $14.7 million. Here's the fucking real cherry on top of this. The last two guys, Blutato and Dixon, have not even been with the company for a full calendar year. They're buddies of Kotick's.
God. Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, right? Fucking, yeah, that's a fucking, yeah, fuck you, Bobby Kotick.
Yeah.
I hope you get your ass sewn. Like, I hope something happens to this guy. The problem is that he is a CEO. Mm-hmm. Nothing will happen to him.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing will happen to him.
Yeah.
They'll fine him like, $70. I mean, for his like amount of money, it'll be like $7 million. He'll be like, this is bullshit. Yeah. But he'll still pay it and he won't care.
Yeah.
Like,
it's absolute shit. It really is.
$100 million for 5 people.
Yeah.
That was $100 million for 5 people. Holy fuck. Fuck you. Fuck that company. Fuck everything about you. Like, goddamn. I hope that Microsoft goes in there and just cleans fucking house. I
Oh,
hope they're
God.
just like, everybody get out. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
The worst part, realistically, hearing the numbers and thinking, like, literally the worst part, probably even the guy that gets the least amount there, the last,
11.7 million.
yeah, it's like, okay, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but fucking, I could live like till I'm 400 comfortably, and just be like, oh yeah, I've still only got like 5 million left. Oh damn, fuck, what am I gonna do?
Buy another fucking case of fucking Bush Light. I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah, fuck these people. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm done with that. That is dead to me. Moving on.
Alrighty. Um, God, I hate this one just because of the stupidity of people. Not like there's enough of that going around. But there's a streamer out there by the name of Jason R. Jason Ruchelski, I think is how his last name might be pronounced. He's big into CS:GO, Valorant, first-person shooter games like those. Um, he has been accused of muting, disconnecting when any female players are present in his team. And it's really shitty as far as the way he is defending himself.
How's that? Girls are icky.
Can't disrespect women if they're not present, if they don't interact with me. And he's like, how's that sexist? And it's like, what? How fucking stupid are you? Let's start there.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I almost would have accepted girls are icky. Like, narratively. Like,
Yeah.
you'd been like, girls are icky. Like, I'd be like, okay, I guess. Like, whatever. Like, oh my god, dude.
The sad
Wow.
part is he then has nerve to talk shit about some of the big female Valorant players, like pro level players, that could like kick his ass 5 ways from Sunday without even being conscious at the time. So it's like, dude, you're fucking losing this fight no matter what the fuck you do. Now,
Like, I mean,
I will say, now, granted, this is basically the exact same card that Ninja played back when this whole shit happened to Ninja as well. I can't sexually harass them if they're not around me at all. And it's, yeah, because Ninja basically pulled the exact same shit when he was accused of it too. And it's like, good lord, you're absolutely stupid.
like, literally, like, basically what you're saying is, like, you can't even keep it in your pants metaphorically when a woman is around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what you're saying. Like, holy shit, dude. Clearly, he didn't grow up with fucking girls. I did. I grew up with my mom, my aunt, my sister, and my half sister. Like, trust me. Like, oh my god, dude. Wow. Okay. Cool story, bro.
I mean, he's even quoted as saying, I do not support misogyny, I do not support sexism. Huh? It's like,
Well,
you are very much supporting well, I mean, in a form,
you're basically
them.
avoiding the issue.
Yeah.
Like you're so worried that you might say something sexist that you're just like, I'm just gonna play with the guys. Like,
Yeah.
and hey, man, I don't care who you play with. I don't care, like, doesn't matter to me. Like, if you play with all guys or all girls, but like, I don't know. It's such a weird, like, the muting thing. I think is my biggest sticking point. Like, if you don't want to play with rando ladies, that just seems weird, right? Like, and you don't have any girlfriends that play like it just seems kind of sus,
Yeah.
right? Like
Oh
that
yeah.
just seems
Oh
kind
yeah.
of sus.
Very very sus. Especially when, as far as him disconnecting, he always, especially if it's versus people that he knows is female that like are on pro level teams and like that. He always blames it on, oh, it was hardware technical difficulties. If you have hardware technical difficulties that frequently, buy a new fucking computer. Because your
Yeah.
computer is shit.
That dude, that's so weird.
Yeah.
What a fucking and what a like like Kay said. I mean, defending it all is bad,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
and even frankly taking a stand, I wouldn't even like address the question. Like I'd be like, if you really did truly feel that way, I just wouldn't address the question, but it's clearly come up in his games and his streams so much
Yeah.
that he instantly mutes any female sounding voice. Like that the people have noticed. But she was like, defending it all is bad, but that is the worst defense of all time. Like that is frankly
God,
the
yeah.
worst defense of all time.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking terrible. Kind of fuck that guy too. Like, fuck him.
Yep. Yep.
Like,
Apparently,
yeah.
the theme of today's show was fuck these people and good news over here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's like what it was.
Yeah, I agree. Also, does that mean so for this guy's life, 52% of the population, if he goes to the grocery store and he has to like check out his groceries, do you think if there's a woman at the register, he's like, oh shit. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'm just gonna turn this up as loud as possible. There we go. And that way he's like,
exactly.
perfect. Can't sexually harass her. Can't hear her. Like, man, that's fucked up.
Well, see, there's also the other thing of he can see them though too. So like, does he intentionally only find the male clerks or something? Or,
yes, probably.
Or like,
probably.
if there's no male clerks working, is it like you said, he just blasts the headphones and like covers his eye, like I can't see you. Da, 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 da.
He puts all his groceries down and he's like, I'm gonna find some place with a self checkout. He just leaves.
God.
Yeah, fuck him, dude. You know what's really crazy to me too is that like people who are shitlords like this still have a big stream following.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
there are people who are clearly watching him. Like,
yeah,
wouldn't you instantly be like, I mean, honestly, fuck this guy, unfollow and peace out. Like,
exactly. Exactly.
Because I have a lower douchebag tolerance than most people.
Yeah. We all are douchey in some way.
Yeah. What? Yeah, right. Like that's the fedora hat. Why doesn't this girl? She put me in the friend zone, dude. Fuck that bitch. I'm gonna go polish my sword collection. I don't know why. I always think of dudes who, which is funny because I also wear fedoras sometimes. But I think anybody who owns a fedora has a sword collection. Like, and one of those anime pictures of them, like, sheathing it, like, as, like, their main picture on Facebook. Like,
I was gonna say, meanwhile, is that the title of your sex tape? Gonna go polish your sword collection?
No, that's the title of my masturbation tape.
Oh, my bad.
Do you have anything else before we talk some Elden?
One that was a hangover from... Huh?
If you got one, go for it.
Okay. Valheim, they got a new big expansion, adding frost caves, new enemies, new weapon, new armors, crafting materials, whole new controller support, Steam Deck support.
Nice.
So it's like, yay, cool. The Steam Deck now has 301 games for it. That's about it.
Okay. So let's talk some Elden Ring. I would like to start. This PC port is fucking crappy. What the fuck? Why is this PC port fucking worse than the goddamn consoles? How is it like you clearly focused like your testing, and I do kind of get it, and I wonder weirdly if that means that like when they look at the metrics, because that's what happens. Like that's the end all be all of it. Like every company looks at the metrics, or sales numbers even. If there's more people playing on console than there is on PC, my assumption is that has to be the case Because why would you kind of neglect the Windows port? Go ahead.
Well, to shed a a little bit of light on that subject there, uh, apparently Elden Ring on Steam beat all previous Soulsborne Rio games records,
Yeah.
period. And
Well,
I
I understand.
want to say it was like in the 800,000 plus at one time.
760,000 concurrent.
Yeah.
760,000 concurrent players on Friday for Elden Ring. Now, that means that if what I just said was, logical, which logically would hope to God that makes sense, um, that there's more people playing on both, Xbox and PlayStation. Now, I there a one or I'm sorry, an Xbox Series X and a PS5 version out already or no?
I want to say yes.
Google it real quick just to make sure.
PS5, I'm fairly certain because I've seen some people sit there and say, "Oh, I'm glad I got a PS5 version." It's like, yes, those PS5s because they just grow on trees. Wow. No, apparently this is not a very commonly Googled question. What platform is Google auto fill in Elden Ring
Elden
on?
Ring. So
PS4, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5.
so it's not on Xbox Series X.
Yes, it is. It's on both
Okay.
X and S. Series
So
1, PS4,
okay,
PS5, and Windows.
that makes me think that probably because the hardware architecture is so similar between the Xbox X and the PS5 to the PS4, that probably that's where they focused a lot of their attention.
Yeah.
Which totally makes sense.
Mhm.
Now that we sussed that out, that does make sense. That still doesn't fucking excuse the fact that this is a shitty fucking port, and I'm kind of fucking mad about it because now I'm a PC master race because of a fucking lightning strike from God, and I only have a fucking goddamn PC. And the first time I want to play a hardcore fucking Souls-like on it, and it's a shitty fucking port, that chaps my butt. Like, I'm just. It's fine. I'm fine. But the amount of stuttering frame droppage, man. Like, again, I don't have a slag ass PC. I got like a fucking high mid range PC at this point because I had to buy so many fucking parts to fix this fucking piece of shit. So now I have a fucking good PC and it still runs bad. Like, I can stream it, and it's fine. Um, yes, I'm fine. I will be taking no further questions about this. It just annoys the fucking shit out of me because I assumed that the fucking Steam one, because develop for Windows, shit, that's almost the same as for an Xbox. So, gah. And I'm gonna tell this story real quick because it's my fucking show and I goddamn want to. I was on stream 2 days ago, all excited about playing some Elden Ring. Got up to the first fucking like major boss that I had hit, and I was like, "Hey, let's fucking summon in some dudes because I haven't done that mechanic yet." So I summoned 2 randos, humans, and we're all woo, praise the sun, fuck it, let's go. Go in, are smacking the fucking we're basically smacking the fucking, those like weird little. Why does everyone in this game have like barnacles on their faces? Have you noticed that? It's very like water themed.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was smacking the barnacle off this dude's ass, and fucking out of nowhere, it crashed everything
Oof.
down to my fucking dashboard, my home screen.
Oof.
Crashed AMD. Crashed my my slobs, my streaming software, crashed the video card to the point where both of my screens went completely black, and then like after like 3 seconds, it finally came back. I had a pile of fucking error messages.
God.
Right.
That
Like,
I'll be honest, that sounds a lot like well, yeah, it sounds a lot like what happened to me Friday night when I was doing my stream of it. Because I was progressing in it, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just crashed. And it's like, well, I guess I'll end my stream here because it's like 11:45 kind of a thing. So,
well, and you know what was even more insulting than that? And I don't want to say fuck you, Miyazaki, but like, fuck you, Miyazaki, because this felt personal. When I logged back in, there was an error message from Elden Ring, and it said, hey, you exited the game without fucking exiting to the main part and then quitting out. Please don't do that again. That's on you, dickhead. And I was like, that's on me, dickhead. No, that's on you, you piece of shit. Like, I was like arguing with the game, like at that moment. Like,
Yeah.
that was like, oh my God, fuck you. You get, like, I did something wrong. Really? Did I crash? No, I'm still alive. Like,
to be fair, though, that's in all the Soulsborne games. So,
I don't give a shit, dude. Do not blame the user for your fuck up.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was your fuck up, man. And what I assume, because I've streamed Elden for days now,
Mhm.
and nothing else has really come up. My assumption, being the ex-online tester that I was, is that since I had two other players with me, that one of them desynced, and that's what caused the crash. Now, desyncs are hard to track down, to be fair.
Yeah.
They can be slippery little mistresses.
Mhm.
But yeah, that really chapped my ass. Like, hey, Alex, you look fat today. Like, that's what they might as well have just loaded me into. Like, fuck you, game. Like, this wasn't on me. Like, ugh. Anyways, so I'm hoping that they optimize sooner than later, right? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
because we know that it'll get patched.
Oh God, yeah. They've actually come out and said that yes, we do realize that there are problems with like frame rate and crashes and various other things. Controller support. Fortunately, I have fixed that problem. I have fixed that problem because apparently it's like for those of you who don't know my full setup here, keyboard, mouse, those are Logitech. I also use for MMOs, Final Fantasy 14, MechWarrior Online, things like that. I use a Razer Nostromo. Basically, it's like
You show it.
Maybe if the controller's cord is long enough. Yeah, this thing.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that shit looks like it came out of the Wizard. It's so bad.
It is
You fucking dork.
2010 is when I picked it up. So
Okay.
yeah, it's fucking old. It still fucking works. I did not buy it for $300, which is what the current value of it is. Apparently, how it went up in value, I don't fucking know. I paid less than
It went out of
$100
print because it went out of print.
Yeah.
That's why.
No. This is like in stock kind of things in places, not
Really?
not refurbs or anything. Yeah, it's like what? How the fuck is that podcast? I don't know.
Whatever, dude. Economics.
Yeah. But basically, I have to unplug that, and then the controller first time. So,
Which means that their testing on PC
was
they
very
did not
lacking.
Limited. Yeah.
Yes.
They didn't think to plug it. Now, I'm not saying you have to go as crazy as like EA went, like especially during the PS2, the end of the PS2, beginning of the PS3, Xbox 360 era. Dude, there was days where they were like, here is an entire closet full of peripherals. Plug in every single one of them and make sure that it doesn't fuck with the controllers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to go that far, but dude, plug in a second fucking controller at least, like something, like a fight stick. You know what's funny? When I was playing Elden Ring, I accidentally opened Elden Ring when my fight stick was on there. I had to fucking restart it because when I plugged in the regular old controller, it was like, oh.
Oof. Yeah.
So it literally isn't updating like, oh, a change has occurred in controller input. It's just choosing the first one that it detects and going, yep, that one.
That's not good.
not the best.
Yeah.
Not the best.
Yeah.
So circling back around a little bit here, I would also like to talk about Elden Ring has been blowing up on Twitch.
Oh god, yeah.
I have had a lot of traffic, a lot of the regulars, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But also a bunch of randos stopping in just because whatever, check it out.
Yeah.
Their numbers are insane though. Twitch on Saturday hit 910,000 concurrent viewers viewing Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Almost that's that blows away every record for every game that they've ever had, including Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
When Fortnite was huge. That is insane.
Yep.
I like that you're so fucking laissez-faire about this. You're just like, oh yeah.
What do you want from me though? I mean, I totally get what you're saying. That yes, that is fucking insane. But at the same point in time, it's like I kind of realized that this was not just like hype kind of a thing that was going to be sold to us. It's like set off fucking nuclear bombs. This is fucking hype kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And honestly, I will say they did market Dark Souls 3 pretty hard, but they went fucking deep in the paint with Elden Ring. Every single website that had anything to do with gaming had banners for it, had pop-ups, with so they went hard. This was the Grand Theft Auto 5 level of like, holy shit. I wonder if we'll ever get to know, I'm sure we will at some point, how much they threw at marketing.
Yeah. And Lord help you if you ever like accidentally maybe either clicked on one of those ads or Google searched Elden Ring. Oh dear God, it was just that much more ads in your face kind of a thing.
Yeah. And we were talking about this earlier when you Google searched, I am looking, it's like Elden Ring. It's like I was looking for back medication. Like my psoriasis is kicking up. I don't need anything about Elden Ring. Yeah. Holy shit. How many fucking people are searching for Elden Ring?
How do I cure my Elden Ring? What?
Yeah, what? No. I was trying to get rid of my herpes. I'll be taking no further questions at this time. I think like that does show the level because and here's the thing. So I saw an article from one of the lead producers who was being interviewed, and he was kind of being apologetic about the difficulty of the game because they are slowly like, I mean, shit. How many of your friends who don't play Souls games are playing Elden Ring? I can name off the top of my head 5 of my friends who have never played a Souls game before, but are now playing Elden Ring.
Yeah. I've got one friend who like didn't even know what Dark Souls was till I explained it to him and told him about Elden Ring and being Dark Souls with George R.R. Martin, and then he's like, "Oh, what? Huh?" So it's like you mentioned George R.R. Martin, and then he was finally interested, kind of a thing. So it's like, But he's
Don't
also
mention that to Kay. She thinks he's an excellent storyteller, but a terrible writer. And I think like the inclusion of George R.R. Martin is like, why? Like, do you notice any difference?
From what little I've played of it so far, no.
I put 16 hours in. I have not noticed a single fucking. I don't even know why they gave him the money. Like, I'm sure he was like, yeah, I'll take your check. Whatever, I'll punch up some of your background lore. Like, because I'm sure that's all he did.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he was writing descriptions for items. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Like, that is not what he was doing. He punched up the lore. I heard you from the other room. Sorry. I get a little... There's always like spit in the corner of my mouth when I get like I will die on this hill. That's fair. You can die on that hill, okay? I kind of agree with you, frankly. The thing that like really like weirds me out is I just don't understand why you would even bring him into this. Like in the beginning, like maybe that's kind of a point in your favor.
Yeah.
But Souls games aren't a narrative driven story. Does that make sense?
No, they're not.
it's a background thing.
Mhm.
If you want to learn more about it, the information is there, but you
Yeah.
got to dig,
Mhm.
like, or watch somebody else who is digging for that information. So it seems really weird to me to be like, hey, George R. R. Martin, take, I don't know, how much do you think he even got paid?
Oh,
$500,000?
I don't
Like
even want to
more?
guess. Yeah.
Right? Like, so, and then you're like, hey, now write a story that no one will mostly even fucking see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what? Um, yeah, I don't know. That just seems weird to me. But I will say, just like the Souls universes, I am interested in the story. I am interested in watching a lore run of by maybe like Maximilian Dude or somebody that I like or somebody that
Mhm.
you like.
Yeah.
Just to learn more about the world because it is interesting. It is a harsh, unforgiving ass world, and I kind of don't really. I've been trying my best to kind of pay attention. Um, there's lots of little things. Like I saw like a funeral procession. I want to say
Mm.
two huge ogre things were like drawing a carriage behind it
Yep.
with a whole bunch of bannermen and like guys with the big horns. So clearly, and then I got a little bit closer. In the back, looked like there was a casket.
Ooh, interesting.
So yeah, like so there's clearly like a funeral procession going on. I found um a ring of chairs in one place that had nobles in it that were all dead. They were all skellies, bastard skellies, as Dead Meat James would say.
Interesting.
Um, and I found a row of chairs, 8 chairs, basically looking into the bog of stench in this game. By the way, can we talk
Mhm.
about like why is fucking FromSoft so obsessed with fucking stinky swamps giving me poison every single goddamn game? It's like
Mhm.
4 seconds in, poison. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I know you're talking about. I did a thing. I got stomped on. Yeah, I didn't do the thing. I got close, and then the bannerman kind of turned, and I was like, "Oh, Warrior King out!" Coward King wanted nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so there is like again a really cool story going on here, you know. Um, but man, why would you give him $500,000 for this?
Okay. Don't
Right?
know. Don't know. Who knows? Maybe after
Uh,
we play it a few times, then we'll understand why he may have gotten that much money. You never know. I doubt
Maybe.
it though.
I doubt it too.
Yeah.
Because the my rationale for that is that you've already done Demon Souls, which was completely separate, its own thing. And then the trilogy of Dark Souls with its own cohesive world.
Mhm.
And that was a really good narrative, frankly.
Yeah.
If you look at the totality of the story that they were telling there, um, that was a really good story.
Mhm.
So if they keep going with Elden Ring, like if they make this into a series, um, my imagination is that we will get a cohesive story as well. Are you going to hire George R. R. Martin every fucking game? If you want to do 3 more, you're going to hand out $500,000 or whatever every single fucking time? I wouldn't want to do that. I'd be
Yeah.
like, dude,
No.
how many how many Souls players actually even care? Frankly, most of the times it's just like put a big monster in front of me. I want to smash it.
Yeah. A lot of them. Yeah. The one thing I am curious though, of the one thing I am curious of though, Alex, is when you said you had gotten to your first boss and had that crash. Which boss was it?
Mastiff,
Okay, not
the
one
guy with
that
the big stick.
not one that I've run across because I've run across 3, and I've only
Okay.
played 5 hours.
Hmm.
And 2 of the bosses I ran across were literally today after I got off work, where I was playing for 20 minutes once I got my controller working.
Hmm.
So that kind of just shows how close these bosses are to the very start.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, good.
no, go.
Like, yes. The the world doesn't seem crazy huge to me yet. Um, and that's okay because it's so jam packed with shit. Because, um, if everywhere I go, there's like a mini boss. There's a fucking mini boss at the end of this goddamn like Jake showed up today and I was just in some random mine and I was just kind of like do just killing dudes whatever.
Yep.
Got to the bottom, boss. Okay, shit, all right. One of them I walked into a cave, the floor gave way. I landed in a fucking rat nest. Thanks a lot, dickheads. Fucking instantly got murked. Oh, fucking! I think Brian came into chat, heard us talking about Elden Ring, and then left to go play Elden Ring. I literally just saw it on my screen.
Oh boy.
And then literally, so I fall into this fucking rat nest where I get murked instantly. You fucking assholes. Jake's been playing the entire time. He's literally listening to us talk about Elden Ring while playing Elden Ring. That's how fucking good this game is.
Yes.
I'm
actually playing right now.
I'm giving this 1/10 of my attention. So I fall down and I'm just like, I go around basically a corner after I kill the rats or whatever, the second or third time I died to it. There's a fucking huge fuck off sized bear in there who's called the Rune Bear. And I'm like, God damn it. Like you basically, you can't throw a stone without hitting a fucking boss. I found, another one that was like, I don't want to spoil too much. Like we're trying not to do that. But I found another one that was like, seriously, if this was a Souls game, he could have been his own boss. And he was just sitting at the bottom of this like little tiny dungeon with 1-2 corridors, straight line with a fucking offset line. Oof. That was it. That's all it took. That was how tiny the dungeon was. Boss at the end.
Wow.
Yeah. And he gave me a big fuck off hammer that literally smashes the shit out of everybody, and I love it.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is ignoring the giant fucking castles and like obvious landmarks, the trees. I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty impressive tree. It's gonna go over here. Like, yeah.
I will say this because you mentioned it. As far as the map not seeming to be that big of a thing, that like the game world not seeming to be that big right now, from what I've heard of the way that people describe further points in the game, the castle, once you get into past the tutorial part of the game, that castle you can see off in the distance.
Storm, yeah.
Okay, I have no clue what it's called, but that castle, like the walls and within that castle, think of that as the entire Dark Souls 1 as far as places to run around.
Thank you, Jake.
So it's like, holy shit.
I mean, okay, so I found, and again, we're going to do this very spoiler free. I found an area with like a big fuck off elevator, like one of those huge ones that like literally it was like a 40-second long, which is obviously hiding a load time.
Yeah.
But when I got down to the bottom, I was underground in a starry ass environment, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So went into it. I finally got a map. I found a map for the area, and legitimately it could have been an entire leg of an area in any Souls game. Wow. It was just, and then when I finally finished it and I went up, I was like 100 million miles away from where I went in originally, and came out into a nightmare hellscape with fucking blood red skies, and everything was horrifying. It was literally terrifying.
Fuck.
I was like, God damn it. You find the area and got chased by the large creature. I got chased too. I don't remember that one. Then can we talk about this real quick? I'm gonna talk about this. This isn't really a spoiler, but it kind of is a spoiler, but I'd like to talk about it.
All right.
When you think of Dark Souls and you think of treasure chests,
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I know.
But what is the first thing you think of when you're just thinking about the Dark Souls games? What's the first thing you think about?
What direction is that chain pointing?
See, exactly. So for those who don't know, the chain pointing points out if it's a mimic or not. So interestingly, they threw us a fucking curveball here because I opened a treasure chest and it went nah, and I got teleported into a fucking cave system that I had no idea where the fuck I was, and then I'm stuck there. Like I was like, mother
Yep.
So they just found another new way to screw me, like into not trusting chests. Every time I see a chest now, I'm like, I got a lot of souls on me, dude. Don't throw me to someplace fucked up, dude. Don't start. And then I like open it, and if there's something in it, I'm like, oh, thank God. All right, cool. Because there is no chain now.
Yep.
Now the chests just look like chests.
Yep. Yep.
Very funny, Miyazaki. Clever.
Yeah, the teleportation trap chest there. Yeah, that's so much fun.
Yep. Very smart though.
Well, it can be avoided though. Like if you hit to open the chest and then immediately dodge roll back, you avoid it.
Is that right?
Yes, because I did it. I did that.
Okay.
Because I was like, ha, fooled you. And then I noticed the chest shut again. So I'm like, I wonder, did it reset? Where? And I stood there and it just went bleh. So it's like, oh, okay, it resets. Interesting. But bosses though.
You know what the worst part is?
Oh
god.
I was gonna
say if it resets, I'll probably forget. I don't even remember where that chest was. So at some point, I could run into the same chest that's already teleported me and screwed me, and I might end up doing it again.
Yep.
Preying on my moronism. Rude.
The one thing I will say though, as far as bosses, and I don't know if this is actually if some of the things I ran into were mini bosses. Then I guess because the 3 that I ran into, one I showed on stream, that was a dragon. Which that I kind of went looking for, kind of. So that was my own damn fault on that one. But another one, I'm honestly surprised that they put him where they put him, because again, you get through the tutorial, he's like, wait 30 seconds and you will see him. It's really hard to miss him because he's that dude on the horse with the giant round shield and like this halberd. Yeah, that's a boss, or at least a mini boss. Because I was like, quick check something on Google, and I look back at my screen, and next thing I know, this guy's riding up from behind me and like, golf swing. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. I think he's just a mini boss.
Okay.
He's not one of the big ones.
Because I was gonna say he had that whole bottom of the bar.
Yeah.
Health.
All
health
of the mini bosses do.
Oh,
all the mini bosses do. Yeah. There's like no distinction between
boss and mini boss.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Like basically the only distinction is like where you find them.
Yeah.
Like because like let's talk again about that one with the dungeon was this big.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, clearly not a boss. Like, but had the same red health bar. Seriously, his attack chains were ridiculous. Like it took me, I don't know, is anybody Savage, are you here? I don't know. Savage and me and Blue, I think, even came through, and my buddy Paul were there. It took me probably 45 minutes on one sub boss. Like, damn, dude. Like, you are really fucking bringing your A game here. Now, again, this is something I was talking about on stream. It's interesting to think about how many animations they must have at FromSoft at this point. So yes, the rigging needs to be reconfigured, which is a kind of a nightmare process. But if you have a humanoid who is standing like this and he's got 2 swords and he does this swipe, you can reuse that after you reconfigure it a little bit. So at this point, after 3 Souls games, 4, then Bloodborne, like, how many animations must they be sitting on?
Yep.
Plus hundreds and hundreds.
Plus Sekiro.
Right.
Yep.
So you got to be sitting on thousands of animations at this point.
Oh, God, yeah.
Which is great, because, again, in your magnum opus, everywhere you go, there's just some big fuck-off monster that's like, and you're like, ah! Like, it feels very alive because of that. Which is great. Because I was a little concerned with, look at Nick scratching his tummy. I was a little concerned with, because like Skyrim is great because of the stories that you find, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like an old man in a random hut 100 million miles away, and then he's got some specific thing. That's more what is compelling about those games, is finding the story there.
Mhm.
Whereas this is about punching big monsters in the face.
Yep.
I was thinking, oh well, man, you're gonna have to fill in a lot of fucking monsters that I could punch in the face to fill out this much space. But man, so far I'm 17 hours in, and fuck yeah, you kind of nailed it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they
Um,
definitely they found space and or made space and threw more monsters in.
yeah,
So
for
yeah,
sure. You know what else was cute? I just want to mention this real quick. Um, did you see the story where the Japanese game developer Pocket Pair Studios, they basically make a lot of like mobile titles. Um, they gave their entire staff Friday off
just to play.
because they were
Nice.
like, dude, why make everybody come in? No one
No
like
one's gonna
fuck it.
want
And
to
if you don't want,
be here.
no,
Yeah.
everyone's just gonna be talking about Elden or playing Elden or come in super sleepy because it launched at midnight. Like,
Or
fuck
watching
it, just give
streams of
every
it. Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Just
whatever it
go
might
home,
be. And if you
play Elden.
yep, play Elden, we'll all come back and talk about it on Monday. That's amazing. What a cool fucking company. Good
Yep.
for you.
Yep.
Um, that is pretty amazing. And frankly, even if you didn't play Elden and had no desire to fucking play Souls, you still got a free day off,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Not a bad thing.
No, fuck
Yeah.
no. All right. I need to grab a beer and take a slash. Do
Alrighty.
you have some more Elden stuff that you can talk about while I'm gone?
The PS1 demake
Oh
trailer.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Um yeah, that's right, folks. The people that were behind the PS1 demake of Bloodborne, they're at it again. They have a PS1 demake of trailer at the moment. It's just a trailer of Elden Ring. However, these people have been damn freaking busy because apparently it's like they have the PS1 demake of Elden Ring, of Bloodborne. Bloodborne was apparently turned into at least the first like section, the first area, up to Gascoigne, I believe. But then they've also apparently got demakes, or trailer demakes, I think. Uh, Death Stranding and Resident Evil Village. They've got demake trailers of too. So it's like, damn, that's actually really freaking impressive. That they've got all these demake trailers that they've done. Let alone the simple fact of how people have enjoyed them so much that they've made the full quote unquote demake Bloodborne. But
Yes.
like I was saying, they've also got the Bloodborne demake,
Mhm.
which is apparently becoming a full-fledged game too.
I saw that.
Like they're doing the full game there. But then also they're doing they've done a demake trailer of Resident Evil Village, and fuck, I just said it too. God damn it! I hate when my brain just derps because now I've got to go through loading all these screens. Oh, Death Stranding. They've done a demake trailer of that as well, apparently.
Yeah, fuck with it. Well, I mean, weirdly, that kind of makes sense. Like to me, really, I
Yeah,
don't. Me personally, I think that fucking all these demakes look like fucking salted buttocks. Um, and it like. I like it. Like the guy in Kotaku was like, "Look how fucking amazing these fucking this trailer looks for Elder Ring." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. This looks like fucking origami. This is horrible. We should be walking far away from this."
yeah,
Like, I get its idea. Like, I just have a feeling this is one of those things. Like, every everybody has like rose tinted glasses
hmm,
for fucking shit. Like,
yeah,
there is a huge push over the last like 3 years for 90s FPSs,
hmm,
like Chasm, and all this shit, and Ion Fury. Um, it just I'm like, why? Looks like ass butts. I'm not saying that you have to do next gen graphics. What I'm saying is, good lord, there's a reason we left this shit in the past. Stop it. Like, it looks terrible.
True, true. The one thing I will say though, to kind of play the other side of the coin there, like you always like to do,
I do
is
like devil's advocate.
yes, yes. Um,
But what if you didn't, Alex?
uh, is the simple fact of usually to have all these realistic graphics as far as like seeing all the person's facial hair, like Horizon for the PS5 version, where everyone's like, "Oh my god, you can see her facial hair."
Yeah,
Whoopee
the
fucking
peach
do.
fuzz.
Yeah, it's like whoopee
Yeah.
fucking do. But the thing
Well,
is,
I
though,
thought it was great when the guy was like, "Why does she have facial hair? This is so ridiculous." It's like, "Ooh, man, you just showed your virgin card real hard right there, bro."
yeah, yeah,
Humans have fucking fuzzy stuff on them. Anyways,
yeah, no, shock.
did make me laugh.
Really? You sure, Alex?
Even girls too.
Oh,
Like when you
wow.
get up close to girls, they have it too.
No, I just mute them.
And my stepmother has a full-on mustache. Like,
You sure, Alex? Because I never knew. Because I just mute them.
I can't see them because I'm wearing blinders constantly.
Yeah.
I just block out women from every angle.
But no, part of the thing is to get a lot of the realistic graphics. It not to say that the little guy can't do it, but it's more easily seen from the big AAA companies.
Yeah.
So to see indie people effectively do these demakes as a passion project, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, cool. But for everyone, like you said, for everyone to be running to them, it's like, do you want to take the glasses off now? Because
Yeah.
we need to go that way, not that way.
And frankly, I don't want to be this guy, but I'm totally gonna be this guy, shocking no one. Um, why the fuck? Like, okay, do you remember when Andy Warhol painted that fucking soup can?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay, that is an original work, good stuff. And then people aped it and made the pop culture one from the late 80s where it was done in pop, where it was the four cans.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see why we have to do that in the video game industry. Dude, just make your own stuff. If you want to make a like a demake, just make your own game. Like,
Yeah.
like why are you copying another company's work to, I don't know. That to me feels weird.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, that's just me.
Fair point, though. Fair point.
He called it a beard. He did call it a beard. He was talking about Alloy's face. Why does
Yes.
she have a beard? That dude has never kissed a lady.
Yeah.
Like, or he's never been driving like while the sun is setting on like the west, and you look over and you see like little peach fuzz. Yeah, dude. Ladies have that shit.
Yep.
Like, just put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Still, it is cool, and you're right. It is a passion project. I just can't ever imagine myself, Alex Aquino, designer guy, wanting to work hard because these demakes aren't easy either.
Oh no, they're not.
Like, this isn't simple one-to-one translation. You're basically making your own assets. I would never want to like do that. Like, I wouldn't want to create a mod either. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather just, if I'm gonna put in all that fucking effort, just make your own fucking game, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It just, just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Also, I'm impressed that Kay knew that story. Yeah. So one of the other things that I wanted to hit up on was Proton.
Yep.
Right? We've talked about them a lot. They are the guys who are doing the emulation for the Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, Proton has fixed a lot of the stuttering and frame rate drops for the Steam Deck for Elden Ring, but we haven't gotten it yet on the fucking PC. Not to loop back around to me yelling on how this isn't a very good port, but that is frustrating to me. So what, I gotta buy a Steam Deck to play one that isn't gonna drop below fucking 30 frames? Fuck you, FromSoft. All right, go ahead.
I will say this though, there is already a update queued on Steam for Elden Ring.
Is that right?
Like, I can go to Steam right now, where the fuck Steam
And it
is,
says,
and in my downloads, there is a thing for Elden Ring. And it is
okay,
it is not like pushed out to next
public.
millennia. It is queued up for tomorrow at 12:33 a.m. So apparently
So
it is
tomorrow
a
night.
fix of some sort that they want to get out to people now.
Well, that's good. Well, because the servers went down today too,
Yeah.
for an hour. I was actually playing and streaming. And this is this was a little coincidental and funny. So I had alt tabbed out of Elden Ring to do some shit on my second monitor. I don't even remember what I was doing. I don't know. Probably looking up
Porn.
poo flame videos. No, never. I never watched porn on my fucking PC. I don't know why. It just feels weird. Nick's cage is underneath, and like it feels like I'd be jizzing near his like house. Like it just feels weird. Anyways, um, so um, I was doing something, and then I alt tab back into Elden Ring. And it was like, oh, you went offline. And I was like, oh, god damn it. Did I find another bug? Because I found another article on the PS5, if you put Elden Ring in rest mode, because remember how the Xbox One had that, like, and now the PS5 has aped that. And so I guess if you put your game in rest mode, that this was funny too. Their official statement was
Don't trust it.
basically just don't do that. Like that was
Yeah.
like their like official statement.
Yep.
Basically just don't do that. So that's pretty funny. But so that's what I thought it was. I was like, oh shit, I alt tabbed out, minimizing the game. So maybe the code thought that essentially I was in some sort of rest mode.
Yeah.
And then when I went in, but I think it was literally just happened to be the exact moment that they decided to fucking pull the servers down. So I had to do the rest of my stream in offline mode. Which is fine.
Mm.
The other thing that I'd like to briefly touch on, I haven't seen a single human invader yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've seen NPC invaders, quite a few, in fact, but I
Mm.
have not seen a single human invader. And I kind of like this part of the Souls games where we're all just trying to figure it out together, right? Like we're all kind of one communal team right now.
Mhm.
Eventually the first like twat knockers will fucking
Oh,
fuck off and then they'll start invading people.
yeah.
But right now I feel relatively safe, you
Yeah.
know, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I will also say as far as um the game is, in the Dark Souls games, yes, it doesn't tell you initially what these debuff or buff icons mean that you get underneath your health bar.
Yeah.
But you have a fucking tab in the menu labeled status.
Yeah.
Why the fuck can't you list them there? As far as
Yeah.
this is what this one means.
Yeah. I agree.
Because
Like,
when I booted mine up, I was playing and I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this red box under my health bar mean with an
a
arrow
down
pointing
arrow?
down? Yeah.
Yep.
So I googled what the fuck does that mean.
So what was it?
If you've gone to whatever that place is, if you look on the map, if you go to that place that's in the far lower left corner, I forget the name of it.
The round table?
Yes, thank you. Round. Why couldn't I think of that? I don't know. But if you go to the round table, there's a person there that you can embrace or let embrace you.
Oh, right. The girl
Yep.
on the bed.
If you let her embrace you, you have a health debuff. A max health debuff is what that is. Yes. So
I definitely did that.
your max health bar is shorter.
Huh.
I do not know how to get rid of that buff or debuff, I should
Yeah,
say.
me either. Because
Yeah.
I've had it for a while.
Mm-hmm. You've now made the game technically harder for yourself. Congratulations.
Shocking. Absolutely nobody.
Oh,
I mean,
was
dude,
right
I'm
there
not
with you,
using
though,
magic
too.
either.
Huh?
I'm not even using magic. I'm literally shunning everything. I'm making this game way harder than it needs to be on myself. But, just
Yeah.
par for the course for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's about right. I'm still enjoying it. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's weird because like I wonder if you do it enough times or something that means it would come around.
I have no clue.
Um, See, but this is what I love about this game,
Yeah.
like this series,
Oh yeah.
frankly. There's so many. Like, I'm gonna stop this point to make another one. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Okay.
Um, I've seen a couple people since there are so many new players. Weber, my old roommate, being one of them. He was like, dude, what the fuck? You can't even like check equipment to equipment. So if I'm looking at two pieces of armor, there's no button to just go, this one is this much better in these stats or worse in these stats. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Compare items. Now, frankly, I do agree. That's some bullshit. Like these are some old ass um these are some old ass fucking things that we're still hanging on to, which is a little ridiculous, frankly, right? Like these are legacy things.
Yeah.
And to go back to my old point, that dude had to apologize, but it was like, this is who we are.
Mhm.
Like we have a reputation to uphold to be a tough game, to
Mhm.
be a barrier. One kid came into my fucking chat when I was playing Dark Souls 3, and he said something that nobody had ever said. I hate this whole get good thing and like fuck you.
Oh god, yeah.
Um like
That's the toxic side of the community.
it's really bad. But he said it in a way that really kind of made sense to me. He said Dark Souls is every gamer's rite of passage, like your bar mitzvah kind of a thing, where if you want to consider yourself to be hardcore, you kind of gotta beat one Dark Souls. And I was like thinking about it, and at the time I kind of roasted him a little bit, and then like I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, he's not wrong because the game basically doesn't want you to play it. Like it has open contempt for the player, you know? Um so in a way he's kind of right. Um but if you're going to make a game like Elden Ring where you're trying to get new communities of people, some quality of life things like a fucking check equipment, is that going to make the game any less difficult? No. It's not going to make the game less difficult. It's just going to make me go, finally, thank you. Like, for Christ's sake, it's fucking 2022, for God's sakes. Like, why am I doing literal simple math to make sure that this fucking piece of armor is worth me moving from this one? You know what I'm saying?
True, true, yeah. Um, Speaking of quality of shirt and quality of life things,
Improvements.
um, when I was playing it on stream on Friday, I had the problem of my controller wasn't working. So I was using keyboard and mouse. All the buttons you see for the UI, that's hard
Still,
coded that way. They're
oh,
hard
so it's
coded to
still.
controller buttons.
So did you see the Xbox ones or the PlayStation ones?
Yeah, I saw the Xbox ones. Even though I was
Great.
using keyboard and mouse and the
Yeah.
game did not realize that I had a controller. It's like,
Ugh.
tell me what these are on my fucking keyboard. I don't know what these are translated over to. So
That's
it's like,
terrible.
God damn it. Yeah.
That's literally terrible.
Yeah.
That is literally terrible. Like, could you imagine if you were a new player and you were playing on a keyboard and mouse? Where the fuck would you even start?
Yeah.
Like, okay, WSD, right?
Yep.
Know that, sure. Clicking things, that would be the trigger or the bumpers and the triggers. Um, After that, even a guy who has beaten 3 out of like the 5,
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh, yeah.
would be like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is everything on this? Like that's terrible,
Well,
dude. It's
let me just
terrible.
give you a little bit of insight. WASD, yep, you're right there. Um, Left click was right bumper.
Right, light attack.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Shift left click is right trigger.
Uh,
So
a
strong
heart attack.
attack.
Ugh.
Right click is left bumper, and shift right click
Block.
is left trigger or parry.
Oh,
Yeah. Now, granted, okay, granted, I can sit there and hold shift and then time the clicking for the parry.
And
So
the
it's
parry
not I have
window
to
is
hit them
huge.
both at the same time. But,
Right.
yeah.
And literally the parry window is huge.
Okay.
Like timing wise, like number of frames. Dude, because I had that on my starter shield because what class are you?
I went with, well, I'm definitely gonna restart, but I went with the one when you pull up character selection, it was the far left.
Vagabond?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I am too. Um uh yeah, came with a shield that could parry.
Mhm.
You just literally hold block and then you just fucking left trigger and it, dude. I was doing that days after the hit, like, and it was still like parry. I
Oh
was
wow.
like, Jesus, yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to find a parry that could go on my big ass shield, like my fucking tower shield. Because
Yeah.
I was like, if I get a parry on this tower shield, everybody is done, and the fucking difficulty of this game has snapped like a Twix. Like that is going to be easy as fuck. Thankfully, the parry cannot be applied to a tower shield.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably would have something like shield bash or shield charge where you
But
just
that's
like,
exactly what it is.
yeah.
It's shield charge.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's so funny that so many of us can love a series that literally like is trying to like finger our urethra.
Yeah.
Like you know, like these are simple little things that we're asking for here. We're not even asking for core changes. We're
Yeah.
asking for just some goddamn better UI at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Like one of the things that I saw, what the fuck was the name of it? It was a note that I could buy from a merchant, and it was like tells more information. Was the description of the item tells more information? What
Wow.
the fuck, man?
Yeah.
What does that mean about what life and the universe in general? Or like I was just like, God bless. Like
The answer it gives you is 42.
that's right. That's right. That's always the answer is 42.
Yep.
I'm bummed out that I'm gonna be 43 this year because now that's the last number thing that I ever cared about. Like was okay, cool. I'm the answer, to the, universe and everything. Cool, cool, cool,
Yeah, yeah.
cool. Now I'm 43. I would literally, actually, this month I'm gonna be 43. What do you care about at that point? Waiting to die. That's all you care about.
It's one way to look at it.
Just wrap it up.
Get back to Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Gotta have
exactly.
it, man. Gotta have it.
Got him all that Elden Ring.
Yeah, really.
Do you have anything else to talk about with this?
Um.
'Cause I'm kind of. I mean, I could talk about it for another
Oh,
900
yeah,
hours.
easily.
But
I guess the one question I have for you, because seeing how you've
Mhm.
made it further in the game than I have,
Mhm.
what sort of odd, interesting, unique, something that sticks out in your head as far as weapons that you've run across?
The rusty anchor I just got. I have
Okay.
a gigantic, humongous rusty anchor. Like the way that you think of like, okay, think of a pirate ship, and then think about what you when I say rusty anchor would be attached to that pirate ship. I'm using that now. Except for what you would normally think would have two sides, right?
Yeah.
It's got four.
So it's got 4 prongs instead of 2.
Yes. Yep. But it is a huge fuck off rusty, and it fucking wrecks dudes. Like it is like because I had the hammer from the other guy. I won't go any further than that.
Okay.
Which I did like, but its range was piss ass short. Like there was so many animations where I was like, dude, that looked like it went right through that animation. Like especially
dang.
side swipes.
Ooh.
This big fuck off rusty anchor only goes forward, has no slash at all, but the on the horse it does obviously. But it only goes forward. But my God, like that thing just crushes shit.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
So I take it you're obviously doing a strength build then.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Coward Warrior King only has one go. She does not like magic. She does not believe in it. She only uses summons on enemies where she gets the summons from killing the enemy, so that way they have to be her servant even after death. Um, I'm making a whole headcanon thing here.
Hey,
Um,
nothing wrong with that, man.
I like that shit, dude. I
Yeah.
like RPs.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
yeah. You know what really would be fucking helpful for me? Fucking armor that could beat my starting armor. 16 hours in, I am still getting fucking like everything else. I've gotten shields, I've gotten fucking a cool helmet, got everything else. Fucking armor. I am still wearing chode taint. Hey guys, level 1 nerd shit. Good God, give me some better armor.
Well,
Ugh.
I mean, keep in mind it is a Souls game, so the best armor is dodge roll.
No, fuck that. I fat roll all of these games. I fat roll all of these games. I don't
Okay.
give a shit. Because you could also go heavy into endurance, get yourself a big fuck off tower shield like I have, and go, no, I am the Iron Turtle, and you will not stop me. I do not care how big you are. Ah, and then they hit your shield and they go back, and you go, that's right, bitch. Hold on! Hold on! Like, that is how I play. Like,
Nice,
Howard
nice.
Warrior King for life. Like, I will probably, you know what's funny? We could talk about this briefly too. Um, I never had a desire to play any of the old games multiple times.
Hmm.
This one, I definitely could see myself replaying a second time with a brand new build, probably a magic build. Make a new headcanon RP for that character. Because they've actually, integrated magic so deeply into this system
Mhm.
that it seems completely viable and fun. Whereas before it was always kind of like more of a novelty. I mean, it always like it did progressively get better, right, with magic over the series.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Magic over the Souls series, um, it was kind of a thing of Dark Souls 1 came out and they're like, "Oof, this is powerful." Dark Souls 2 comes out, okay, it's better, it's not as powerful. And Dark Souls 3, they're like, okay, this is good. And it's like,
Right.
but I only do 1 point of damage when I cast Ultima. Yeah, it's good. It's like, not really.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's nice to see this because Paul the Carefree Bomb
Mhm.
and Think Creep, my buddy Brian, they're both running literal mages basically.
Hmm.
Um, Will is running a cleric, and all of them seem to be having fine. Things
Cool.
are going along fine.
Very cool.
Um, yeah, so that's good to see,
Yeah.
um, because frankly, you should be able to do that.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
but um, I just didn't have any desire in the other ones. I was like, like fuck that. Whereas this one, I'm like, it might be nice to come back to this boss and just be like, pew pew pew, motherfucker, get wrecked, because you were kind of a pain in the ass for my physical. Because there's so many dudes. Paul with Carefree Bomb was in my chat earlier today, and he was like, "Man, sorry to see you're struggling with these guys. They're like really weak to magic." And I was just like, "Fuck you, Paul. Fuck your magic. Magic is for the weak." Like, so, yeah. So it'll probably be fun. I don't know how long it would take me to do that a second time. Like if I would just rush it or if I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, there's also the simple fact of by playing through Elden Ring a second time or third or however many times, especially with it being open world, you could run into completely different stuff and
Yeah.
just be like, "Oh, I didn't even see this before,"
Yeah.
or
Um,
yeah,
and I've been making some mental notes, like because I have picked up quite a good, almost too many magical fucking items, which is like so perfectly par for the course for Alex Guino. And every time I'm like, damn it, throw this thing away, go, fucking fuck you, like, so but I have been making mental notes of where I've been picking stuff up, so that I can be like, all right, if I was gonna do a mage run, I know for a fact where this is. It's like locked in. So I could just start a run go there, muscle through that first fight, and then get something really good right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's open world,
Yeah, yeah.
which is different. So
Kind of makes me wonder and kind of look forward to when people start doing challenge runs of like Soul Level 1 and things like that, what they wind up coming up
no
with.
hits.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, technically, launch day, people were already doing that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I know, but
But I mean,
no
we're
one's.
talking like Hob and Lobo. Well, no, Lobos wasn't, but like some of those other guys that have done no hits on past Souls games. It's like, yeah, they were doing like Soul Level 1 and no hit and all sorts of weird stuff. And it's like, it just launched. Give it time, guys, please.
See, and that's the thing too. Like I was talking to Jake about this. Um, he is playing off stream too, and I kind of decided I'm just gonna play on stream. So I force myself to enjoy and take a nice slow pace because, dude, we only get one first playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like the first time you see a great movie,
Mm-hmm.
you only get to see it one time the first time.
Yep.
After that, the information is in your mind. There's no way to erase it. So I'm just gonna play it all on stream. I'm just gonna. So what? Even if it takes me fucking 6 months to beat it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just going to enjoy it and take my time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know by that point there I'm gonna get invaded by fucking knobs left and fucking right. But who gives a shit? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I just want to have fun with it. Because I was talking about this earlier on stream. I like Breath of the Wild, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good game, but it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't my open world thing that I was like really looking forward to.
Okay.
This is the first time I've been like, holy shit, I feel like I am enveloped in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, yeah. So I'm just gonna take my time. I'm just gonna enjoy it at my own pace. I'm still not gonna look at anything. I'm not watching anybody else's playthroughs. I'll pop into like the boys' streams here and there, shoot the shit. Where the fuck are you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, um, I just don't want to ruin this for myself. This is such a nice feeling,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Dude, trust me, I totally understand, especially the like not ruin it for yourself, because
Right.
like unfortunately for me, being that I was having the technical problems, I'm even further back. So
Sure.
the urge, like I've jumped into your stream before, and then
Mhm.
just been like, okay, volume all the way down and minimize stream, just to at least give you the support, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And you know, always great.
yeah, but it's like I'm not going to watch.
Yeah.
No offense.
I keep jumping. I no, it's completely understandable. I've been doing the same thing for everyone else. Even when you started, and
Yeah.
like I popped in, I was like, "Hey, how's
Hey,
it
what's
going?
up? I'm out of
All
here.
right, well, see you later."
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'll stick around to like just like look because as long as the person doesn't, this is what annoyed me about Jake. He kept opening up the fucking map like multiple times. I was like, dude, I don't want to know where you are. Keep that fucking shit closed. Unless you're fast traveling, don't open the map. Because I don't mind like looking and being like, holy shit, what the fuck? Because I've seen some shit where I was like, good lord. Um, and if somebody just jumped into my stream, they'd be like, "Where the fuck are you?" And like, frankly, I don't really want to answer them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be like, just go hang out. Will you just watch? And then whenever you decide you have seen enough and you want to go play it, just go do that. Like, because I don't want to spoil this for anybody either. You
True,
know.
true. Yeah.
The good thing is a lot of times it's like you're in a castle, you're in a mine, you're in a cave. What's the difference between a mine and a cave, Rich?
Yeah, really.
Wooden
Not
support beams. That's literally it.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
So that's all fine. Um, yeah.
I guess the other probably final question, considering it's like almost
Yeah.
quarter after. Um, the last question I have for you is how much of your playthrough so far have you been out in the open world as opposed to, like you said, in mines, caves, dungeons, whatever?
I would say that I'm probably about 50-50 at this point because I kind of when we started, I was like, they were like, you're free and you're maidenless, you fucking loser. And I was like, ah, fuck you. And as soon as that conversation was over, I went, wee! And I just started running, like completely away from the starting area. Like I ended up like miles away from the starting area. I didn't get my crafting kit until the third day of me streaming. That's how far away I was.
Wow.
Well, because then I started like, I went into a dungeony thing, and I was like, well, I'm here now. I gotta fucking clear this thing out. And I'm like hitting monsters, and they're like, yeah, okay, dude, whatever, kill. And I'm like, all right, well, that's fair enough.
Maybe it shouldn't
That was
be
on
here.
me. Yeah, like that was kind of on me. But then I still stuck it out. I still muscled through. I beat a boss, a pretty significant major boss, really early in my playthrough. And then after that was all done, I came up into the top of the world and I was like, yes, coming out into the real world again. And then I had put myself in that fucking nightmare hellscape where everything was murdering me twice as worse as the place down below. And I was like, good God, what am I doing? I didn't use fast travel. I am like actively playing this game wrong. It's basically like,
Yeah, it works.
and they call it a mine. A mine! God damn. That's what I think you can't be fucking cooler. Yeah, so I'd say about 50-50, because then once I came out of there, I did explore that Nightmare Hellscape world quite a bit. But my God, dude, like, so I got through that, like, base part by running a lot of times. And I just looked around, and I literally looked north, east, southwest. And I took each direction, I took 3 lives, and I went in that direction just to see how it would go. Let's just put it this way. Everything other than west, which was basically back towards the fucking beginning, was murdering me mercilessly. Like, so badly. It was awful. Every mob was a fucking new thing that would come out of your fucking nightmare and attack you. And then I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll run home. Fuck this. I'll go back to mom. So I start walking down. There are these you're from New York. Do you remember what silverfish are?
Yeah.
There's a fucking mob that's a gigantic silverfish with a spear, and it is so disgusting and horrible. And then that murdered me. I was like, I'm getting on the horse and I am just leaving. I'm just going fucking home. I am done. I'm running past all this bullshit. I'm out of here. I didn't even fast travel because I didn't want to. I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking arduously fucking make my way all the way back home. So bad.
Interesting.
So yeah, I would be at a 50-50. Now I'm kind of bopping around a little bit more. I'm also trying my best not to like pressure myself. If I find a boss and I don't feel like it's going well, I'm not doing the Dark Souls thing where it's like, because in Dark Souls it's literally a wall.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You cannot get past until you defeat this guy. Not so much in Elden Ring.
Right.
So if I feel a ton of resistance, I just have been going, you know
I'm
what?
gonna go that way.
Yep, fuck it. I'll come back. No bigs.
Yeah.
You can leave a little. You know what's a feature I would have really liked? Personalized notes on the map. Like if I could literally like type out, "Hey, this is where that dude was," and then stick it, on the map. So that like, oh, hey, you didn't complete this entire area. There was a checkpoint 5 steps back. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that, where I could just literally just scroll down some little notey boys and because as it stands, I literally have 4 post-it notes in front of me about Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like rough it out. But
yeah. But
all right. Are we done?
I think so.
Yep. All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey. Bye, Rich's chat.
Bye, Alex's chat. Alrighty, go, guys. That'll be it for tonight. I will catch you guys later. Tomorrow we'll be doing some more of Dying Light. theoretically, the delivery of the RAM should be tomorrow. It got moved up, so cool. If I get it, I'll throw it in, but at this point I kind of want to say I will continue with my with the Dying Light franchise playthrough. Well, good show, both of you. Fantastic. Sleep well, good dreams. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. You sleep well as also. Hope everything is going well for you. But yeah, tomorrow we'll continue with our more the Dying Light franchise playthrough, more parkour and zombies. So that's always a interesting combination. We have unlocked the co-op mode of it already, so we may do co-op if you guys are up for it. If not, that's fine too. But I will catch you all later. Hope you have a good one. Till tomorrow. Bye!